Hi everyone, welcome to your April 2024 astrological forecast. So the big news this month is the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th. So I will be starting your forecast off with that when you get to it, okay, each individual sign. But also on April 1st, Mercury in Aries turned retrograde and will stay that way up until the 25th when it turns direct. And then on the 5th, Venus moves into Aries, okay? So by the time this eclipse comes along, there will be the Sun, Venus, and Mercury and a new moon all in Aries. So wherever you have Aries in your chart is going to be pretty active for a while, okay? The Sun in Aries up until 19th, right? And then it moves into Taurus on the 19th, and there's a full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd. Then on the 25th, Mercury turns direct in Aries. Then on the 29th, Venus moves into Taurus, and Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, so it does really well when it's in its own sign. And on the 30th, Mars moves into Aries, and Mars is also the ruler of Aries, and it does really well when it's there. So, I would like to remind everyone that the weekly forecast is now like a daily forecast, but it only occurs when there is a major aspect for that day. So that's why there isn't a daily video. But we're still calling it like the weekly forecast or whatever. Whatever you want to call it, okay? So be sure to check out my daily forecast shorts. Okay, they're just a short video. And a special shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support, your likes and shares and comments and your donations. Everything you guys do for me helps my channel to grow. Okay, I really, really appreciate it. So, now for your forecast. Hi, Capricorn. So, the new moon solar eclipse in Aries for you is falling in your 4th house. That's where you have the sign of Aries. The sun is here up until the 19th, and Venus moves here on the 5th, and Mercury is here and is retrograde as of the 1st up until the 25th. So, and there's this new moon, and the solar eclipse will really energize this area for however long, okay? There's no telling how long an eclipse, the effects of an eclipse will last, okay? So anyway, your 4th house is your private life, okay? Your family, where you live, the property surrounding it. If you live with someone like a roommate or your immediate family. It's also your past and your childhood and the very foundation of how you were raised. But basically, it's like where you live, okay? So, you know, having Venus here at this time does make you want to, like, do some things, like, around the house. Buy, like, you know, things like, you know, curtains or dish towels or something. When Mars moves here on the 30th, it's, like, big time, excuse me, like remodeling of some kind or just redoing something or other, okay? When Mars moves here, you'll be like painting, like the, you know, walls or doing something big, you know. But for now, having Venus here just makes you want to beautify your home. And also, you may have more people at your home at this time. Maybe they're just visiting, or you are, you know, if you are involved with someone romantically, the majority of your time with this person will be spent in like a home setting, either yours or theirs, okay? Excuse me. Now, with Mercury retrograde, though, you always have to watch your communications. You know, sometimes they get mixed up. If you live with someone else, especially like with a roommate, and especially around this new moon, it brings a new beginning that is energized by an eclipse, okay? So there could be like something with your arrangement with your roommate or even family members that just isn't going your way and you would like to change it. So that would be the best time to do that, is around that new moon, okay? But because Mercury is retrograde, maybe people aren't clearly understanding what you mean by this change or that change, or how you want something done, or you don't like this or that or whatever. So you have to make sure you're very explicit in whatever it is that you're talking about, okay? Especially though, even if this is like with a family member, there could be something going on even as far as reviewing the past. It could even be regarding your childhood, and sometimes you get together with family and you talk about things you used to do when you were kids, so you may remember it one way and someone may remember it another way. It's just something like that. And as far as your past goes, yeah, there could be somebody from your past contacting you at this time. Could be someone from school or a previous neighborhood or an old flame. Okay? But this is basically where everything's going on, is like in your home. There's your home is being energized by the solar eclipse and a new moon, bringing a new beginning in your living arrangement. I don't see any kind of physical move here to a new place, but maybe that is also, on the agenda for you. The thing, it could be, okay, because you have Jupiter and Taurus and Uranus and Taurus in your 5th house, okay, where you have Taurus, right, of love and romance. Okay, so maybe you are making arrangements with someone, either they're moving in with you or you moving in with them. You could actually be like getting married, It's something very different though. With Jupiter and Uranus together in the 5th house, it does bring about, usually sometimes people have an affair at this time. The Sun is moving into Taurus on the 19th and Venus will move here on the 29th. Okay, so you already have Jupiter and Uranus in your 5th house, which has since last year brought like new opportunities for romance, but it's with someone different than like you've ever like dated before. Could be someone younger, could be someone older, someone who has completely different interests than you have ever had. They may have introduced you to some kind of new music or art, or something you would never even given the time of day for. Okay, so maybe that's what's going on, is you're making room for possibly even someone with a baby. Okay, maybe you even find out that either you're pregnant or the person you're seeing is pregnant. Whatever, that's what it's a surprise. Yeah, boy, it would be, huh? Well, anyways, Mars is still in Pisces, okay? In your 3rd house, that's where you have the sign of Pisces. It's here all month before it moves into Aries on the 30th, okay? And your 3rd house is your local area, your neighborhood, your neighbors, people and places you would go throughout the normal course of your day. It's any form of communication and like local travel, like a day trip, overnight trip, weekend trip, and a road trip, more or less, okay? Mercury is retrograde in your 4th house, but I would still have to say, just having Saturn in your 3rd house, sometimes you have car trouble or trouble getting around your own neighborhood due to like detours or something, or flooding possibly, or roads cut off, here and there. With Mars here, though, it's a very like physical. You may be doing an awful lot like within your neighborhood, or even like your own yard or something, or even if you live in like a complex, an apartment complex or something or other, you're still around a lot. You're doing something, maybe you've even taken up running or jogging or some walking or whatever, okay? But your mail, your regular postal mail may be a little bit out of sync. It may accidentally go to someone else's house. So it's just something to keep an eye on. Okay, there's not just your communications, but things that you're supposed to be receiving. Okay. So anyways, though, with the Sun and Venus in your 5th house, back to Taurus here, this is a time of fun. This is your time to have fun or do something creative or do something with children, your own children or someone else's, or even doing something childish, okay? But, you know, it's a good time, I would say, you know, to speculate and gamble, okay? Um, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be every day. I would, if I were you, play the lottery. In America, we have Mega Millions and Powerball drawings, which are a large jackpot. So if you can't even just buy a rub-off ticket every so often. Okay, this is more or less once the sun moves into Taurus, like from the 19th on, and then Venus moves here on the 29th. So we'll say like towards the end of the month. And there is a full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd in your 11th house. It's directly across from your 5th house of Taurus, okay? And your 11th house is the house of your friends and acquaintances. It's socializing in person or online. It's social media. Also, any group or organization that you belong to in the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So one of your friends could say or do something in regards to your child or someone else's, or a creative project that you have, or even a romance that you're involved in. And full moons exist to bring a problem to the surface so it can be dealt with and then done away with. So if you have a friend that, you know, says smart things about, you know, or it's just sarcastic when it comes to anything that you're doing, you know, this would be the time to take care of that. I don't think it's a very big deal. You know, it's just that one of your friends, you know, or someone in an organization that you belong to could say something, even about your taste in music or clothing or something or other. You know, I just ignore it. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Capricorn on the 1st, 2nd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Cancer, and those dates are the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time for money is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for April. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast or daily forecast, or whatever it is you would like to call them. See ya!